Welcome back to Insider Insights with Community Foundation for Greater Atlanta. Insider Insights is a series of short videos produced by the Community Foundation to convey key messages to tax, legal, and financial advisors working with clients across the Metro Atlanta region. We want to educate you. Therefore, you can be a better advocate for your clients in helping them realize their financial and charitable goals. Today, we're talking legacy planning and legacy giving with estate planning attorney and partner at Harrison LLP, Tiffany McKenzie. Tiffany, thanks for being here today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I think one of the big questions that folks have around legacy giving is how to do it. And when folks ask me that question, I recommend they work with a professional. So Tiffany, when you're working with clients who want to support nonprofits, what's motivating them to include giving in their estate plans?
It's a great question. Often it's a variety of things, quite honestly. It could be a personal passion, really wanting to support the communities or the causes that have been meaningful during your lifetime. Sometimes it's the ability to be an example to their family members or to their children, to show family members what it's like to be philanthropic during your lifetimes. Sometimes it's tax efficiency or financial reasons. But whatever the real reason is, I think that it's important to include the Community Foundation to really kind of define and really kind of discover those goals.
That is the great setup, because I want to ask how the Community Foundation can be involved in these plans. Obviously, estate plans can direct gifts directly to nonprofits. So what's the advantage to including the Community Foundation when drafting these plans?
I think including the Community Foundation is very important, especially if you do it on the early side of things. If you include the Community Foundation early, they can really help you really define the scope, to narrow it down, to really find multiple ways that you can give, whether it's through your estate plan, whether it's through direct gift, whether it's through a donor advised fund. There's a multitude of ways to give, and the Community Foundation can really help you discover, define, and narrow your charitable giving.
Another advantage I've heard from advisors is simplicity, where if you include the Community Foundation in the plan can be a lot simpler.
Oh, yes.
Where then the details of the giving can be in a separate document that we maintain. As the planner, why is that an advantage to you?
That's a huge advantage, not only to me as the estate planner, but also to the client. They want to do charitable giving, but they want it to be easy. They don't want it to be a burden for them. So it's great that you can use the Community Foundation as a tool for that. Make your gifts to the Community Foundation and let them help you really kind of narrow the scope, or you can do your giving over time if you set up a donor advised fund, for example. Yeah.
Endowed funds are often popular for long-term support. That's something that can be combined with outright gifts in an estate plan for a more comprehensive approach to supporting these nonprofits.
Yes. I often tell clients that it's not either or. It can be many different types of charitable giving, and you can do all of it, quite honestly, and the Community Foundation for Greater Atlanta can help you out with that.
I've heard from a lot of estate planning attorneys that clients are concerned about leaving something to charity and also being able to take care of the people that mean a lot to them. How would you address that kind of concern?
Josh, that's a really good question, and I have a lot of clients that come to me with that same concern, and I often tell them, you really can do both. You can support the causes that mean a lot to you as well as your family members, and it really comes down to the right type of asset allocation on what you're giving to charity versus your family members, and it also comes down to the types of vehicles that you use for your estate planning. There are certain vehicles, for example, a charitable remainder trust, where you can support your family members and charity. So it's really kind of having a discussion, and I think you all are great partners in having those types of discussions with our clients to make sure that they can support both.
And another reason to start planning early.
Absolutely.
So clearly there are a lot of benefits to including the Community Foundation in charitable estate planning. For the advisor who's working on these issues with their client, how would they get started on this?
I would say definitely invite the Community Foundation for Greater Atlanta in the conversation early. They can really help you as the advisor and for the client define, discover, shape the client's philanthropic goals. And it really is a value add to the services you provide as an advisor to invite the Community Foundation into the conversation. And it's a great way to really help support the Atlanta region and beyond through the help that you give to your clients.
Tiffany McKenzie, partner and estate planning attorney with Harrison LLP. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Insider Insights. We hope you find it useful and you can apply this knowledge with your clients. If you've got questions on this topic or anything else related to charitable giving in the Metro Atlanta region, please don't hesitate to contact the Community Foundation and me specifically. We are here to work with you.